much. Welcome back to my channel, WahWoman. This is your friend and host, Rajni Vohra, and it's time to meet a very special guest. But before that, I have something about her to tell you. She is versatile personality, mother of 3 and grandmother of 2. She is scientist and a doctorate. She's a certified professional in psychoanalysis. She's an entrepreneur, a leader of the presidential election campaign in Russia in 2014. She's a Tai Chi practitioner, founder of Women Influence Community, owner of WOW Speaker Agency, president of World Communication Forum. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together to welcome this wonderful lady, Yanina Dubeykovskaya.
Thank you for such great introduction. Thank you.
It is indeed our pleasure to have you, Yanina, on our show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Honor for me.
So, Yanina, I would definitely love to know more about your profile because your profile looks very diverse, very interesting, and the kind of choices you made in your life and in your entrepreneurial journey, which started from being advisory, then lecturer, then corporate communications, then media, politics, women community platform. So many roles you have played in your life. And
yeah, that's right. It's maybe because I'm already advanced in an age, and I really pass a lot of parts and periods in my life. And so I left in Russia. So just last 15 years, I'm living mostly outside of Russia. But you know that Russia crossed previous like 30 years, a lot of changes. So when country and rules of game in a country changing, all lives changing. Because I come to the perestroika time, being students on philosophical faculty. So I'm like graduate as philosopher, and I'm a doctor of philosopher, but it's nothing common with business, with international level of activities I'm doing now. But when all environment is so challenging, you should change yourself and develop yourself and find to be free to choose different way to self-expression and self-improvement and improvement of environment and external world. That's why I feel that it's not like about only about my personality. It's also about environment, because I left in a very changing environment when Soviet Union finished and new Russia started with changing of rule of games. So when I finished my PhD in philosophy, I immediately start my first business. It was about human resources. It was a recruiting agency and human resources consulting agency. So it's and now even for me it's not very clear how we can jump from one role to another. And also I born my first kid when I was 18. And I became so strong about that because of that. So I've been young mother. I finished my philosophical research and I start my first business in one time. And that's why I started early, and that's why I'm now on the point you catch me, find me.
Right, interesting. So Yanina, we know that you run a women community, a very big women community that you have formed. How do you feel it helps in women empowerment?
You know, when I passed my 40 years old, I decided that it's time to act on global level. So it's a big challenge for me. It was big challenge for me to start work out of like Russian culture, Russian language, and relations I understand very deep. And I started with my husband and with my team World Communication Forum. We did it 7 years in Davos. The idea was, it was started 13 years ago. And you remember maybe that internet just started. Facebook was just created. YouTube was just created. And because I worked before that as a PR and investor relation professional in real business, I understood, I believed that now communication and new type of online relations which people can create above the borders, above the cultural difference,
across the globe,
can do magic. Yes. And we started this World Communication Forum with the intention that now communication will be the main driver of world improvement.
Right.
So we did it 7 years in Davos, then 2 times in Geneva. It was a difficult project, but I achieved some goals. First of all, I changed myself. I changed my mindset, and I go out of many limitations I had before. And secondly, we created very good and friendly international community of communication professionals. It still exists. So we have a gap now for 2 years to do Global World Communication Forum in Switzerland, but I would like to launch one in Zambia for Africa. I hope to do it in November. But it's just like introduction why I come to women empowerment. Empowerment is a main direction of my activity now. So when I worked with communicators, I believe that professionals working on digital communications, on reputation, on sustainability can influence it on the most humanistic and sustainable way.
Yes.
But after that, I was not disappointed, but I understood that it is not enough to be just professional and good professional, especially in communications, because still communications, despite of power of internet, is like, it's on service position. So communication feel themselves, and communicators feel themselves as a service person.
Yes.
And with service person, you never can do like revolution. It's an e-commerce revolution, so but you cannot change rules of game. Yes. And with this small disappointment, I continue to work with this professional community. But in one moment, it was like magic, because I saw the movie about Coco Chanel, and some people sent to me messages that I looks like her. So she just like knocked the door of my life. Today is her birthday. So it's not, again, it's not, it's important that we meet today with you, because I start read about her, and she really, I believe that she pushed me to do that, because I before this time, I never even buy any items of Chanel. It's very expensive. It's like big luxury level. I never been very deep in her personality. But when she knocked the door of my life, I understood that she is great role model of women who influence others, right? And influencing it until now. Yes. And it was like, you know, now I explain it like gender projector, or gender light, or gender lamp was switched on in me. And I switched my activity for maybe 80% on the direction of women, because now I strongly believe that women can change the world. Not even professionals unified by common values and common vision. Women which has insight, strong orientation on sustainability of humanism, being very multitasking
Yes.
persons and very like less competitive than men persons, trying to find win-win solutions for majority of conflicts. So there are a lot of important features, important values we have inside. And
Right.
now so it was three years ago, about 3 years ago, and I decided to do big international event in Ritz Hotel on Vendôme Place in the center of Paris, where Coco Chanel spent 35 years of her life. So she lived here. She lived here, and I did it. So it's this is again magic story, because from the entrepreneurial point of view, it's very expensive venue. It's a big risk to do something there if you
Right.
don't have like full pockets of money to do something in the one of the most expensive place in the world. It's like it's not entrepreneurship. It's like it's not good. It's not right decision from the point of view of entrepreneurship.
Right.
But it was like again, I'm philosopher, and I'm very, very attentive with all like ideas and all science which come to my life.
Mhm.
That's why I did it. I invest money there, and it was in 1917, 17 or 18. Yes, 17 in Paris, our first meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, so the main idea of human influence, now we had already 17 women influence forum in 10 countries.
Oh, wow.
So we managed to do it before Corona. Now we postpone all events, but we start to build community here in Africa. Yeah, so yes, it comes like a magic, but we already do it as a project, big international project.
Right, right. And Yanina, you have also been, you are still director of World Communication. So,
World Communication Forum, yes.
yeah, so that World Communication Forum, what exactly role do you have? Of course, you have mentioned the role of a director. So what sort of projects you have been taking there?
So actually, we have now a non-profit organization registered in Switzerland. I've been the 4 years the president. Now I'm board member because my presidential term finished, and we have another president. And we have this forum. We did it in Davos, the same place as World Economic Forum. We did it 7 years there, with the idea that not only economics, banking, prices for oil can change the world, but also communications. We did it successfully, but I already explained that I switched majority of my activity to women now, and I hope my colleagues will continue it on a good level. For my own angle, I will start it here in Africa, because all competence in communications are very needed here. Very much needed in marketing, in reputation building, in branding, in crisis communication. So it's like right place to start something. That's why we have forum and we have NGO around that. It's more about expertise. It's more about unifying communication professionals from different countries who believe that it's not only work, not only profession, but also mission to do the world more transparent, more trustful, and work with those ideas.
Right, right. And we know that, I mean, the whole world is going through a very unprecedented times of COVID pandemic. So what message would you like to give to people who are feeling that, you know, they don't see end of the tunnel, and life has just come to one stop, life has just stopped. So what message do you have for such people to spread positivity?
After 6 months, we used to live this life. So I don't feel that we can come back to our life before pandemic. We cannot do that. I feel that we have to just accept that majority of our habits should be changed, and it's like part of our transformation also. I hope that that nations will take right decisions how to save their economics. But I wrote in April. Have you heard about Lenin? Have you heard about Lenin, Vladimir Lenin?
Yes.
So he was head of Russian Revolution. So I know that I have manifesto of women's influence. So I wrote manifesto in November previous year before pandemic. I did it in Mexico, where Trotsky, Frida Kahlo, and where we did 2 events with Mexican women. So we have manifesto, but Lenin, as a follower of Karl Marx ideas, he wrote April thesis before revolution. And in April, I also wrote April thesis about pandemic. I will send it to you. And it's very positive ideas. There are very positive ideas inside, because time of pandemic show that women can save the world, because when all rules and economics and like not soft power but hard power is not power anymore, only patience and like soul power, hard power of women can be useful. Many husbands first time spend so many time in a home with children. And you know, all relations should be softer now. It requires different types of skills even, and those skills are much more relevant for women, like emotional intelligence, like and by the way, I think that women are real strategic person, not men. We don't compare us with men in our community. We appreciate relations between men and women. We believe in families. And the idea that one of the main idea of our women influence community philosophy is that women have 6 different ways to influence the world, very different. Entrepreneurship, being professional, being citizen, and working in politics is only 3, but 3 not less important are being mother, being muse, to inspire people, and being creator. All 6 are very much important, and we should not like ask women to do choice between motherhood and profession, because we have huge potential inside, and women can be focused on motherhood or being muse, even like be muse for her man, or be muse for her community, for her team, to inspire people. It can be like main way to influence to the people and the environment. But so we have 6 ways of women influence. And back to April thesis, it's show that even inside of many business women, this period push a lot of transformation. So they left their position that no, we are cool, we are very much, we are much more clever and successful than many women. And now they open inside of them another part of type of influence. how would they build future through their relations, through their children, through their creativity. So it's maybe sounds strange, but I feel that pandemic time is a good time for show that women can save the world. Women has real power, and real power which is necessary in all types of crises.
Yes, 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 indeed, indeed. Thank you so much, Yanina, for being with us and having this wonderful conversation with us and giving us insight into your entrepreneurial journey and your life. We wish you all the best for your all future endeavors and projects. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you guys for watching. Take care and see you.